What's going on YouTube? WildLion Games here. The Madden 26 trailer dropped yesterday and I'm underwhelmed. Nothing in the trailer just made me go like, wow, like look at that. Especially when you compare it to the trailer that EA dropped for College Football 26 and how full of personality and adrenaline that was. EA and specifically Madden department are master manipulators in marketing. It's no longer a secret that the dev team recycles old Madden content and repackages it with fancy marketing terms like Madden 26 QB DNA, which uses real-life data to replicate signature throwing motions, pocket presence, scrambling style, and more. EA even goes as far to say that their all-new trait system powers authentic behavior like you see every Sunday from Josh Allen to Lamar Jackson. But I want you to remember that this was a feature in Madden 22. If we go and view their deep dive dev diaries from 4 years ago, we can see that they were also using real-life player data to fuel authentic player movements. Madden 19, 3 years prior to this, also used real-life player movement as a feature to make players move on the field more authentic and realistic to their real-life counterparts. Now, I'm not an idiot. I realize that typically these new features are improved upon over the years, such as how we advanced from the hit stick in Madden 05 to the hit stick 2.0 in Madden 08. And we've seen the introduction of player archetypes in Madden 08, later removed and then brought back again in Madden 21, with additional archetypes being added in Madden 22, and in Madden 26 we're receiving even more player archetypes. And this is all great stuff, but I'm still skeptical because we've seen marketing tactics like this before and the game didn't pan out. Take last year, for example, when they tried to market us physics-based tackling, but when you read the dev diary, it actually states that it's physics-inspired animations. So it's just new animations they put in inspired by real-life physics. It's not actually using physics as the priority. So when they advertise these things like more accurate player movement and throwing motions for quarterbacks using real-life data, all I can think about is how bad the gameplay was in Madden in 19 and 22, where they also had these features. I mean, they even state in Madden 22 that they were using AI to have more accurate player movement and next gen stats for better route running by receivers. I mean, this is stuff that they're just rewording it 4 years later for us, guys. Madden 26 also wants to tout its weather upgrades this year with snow, fog, and rain variability and how it affects player movement. But if we grab our shovels and dig up the old ancient artifact of the original Xbox, we can place in Madden 02 and see that fog, temperature, and precipitation amounts are all sliders in the game that later got removed in Madden 2003 and then brought back later in Madden 06 or something like that. It's insane to me that a game that takes up maybe 8 megabytes of space has sliders for dynamic snow, and yet we're getting excited about potentially, weather effects that match that 22 years later. Now, the funny thing about Madden is they tend to bring these features back into the game on contract expiration years. When we go back to 2004, Madden 05 added dynamic weather and then took it out a year later. The contract was set to expire again in 2009 and then got extended in 2013. Funnily enough, during those years, Madden 11 and 12 saw huge upgrades. A couple I'm going to talk about here shortly, so please stay with me now. Even look back at Madden 21, a contract year for EA and the NFL where these new features I've talked about were being implemented. And now, in 2025, EA and the NFL are up for renewal, and once again, we are getting these age-old features added back into the game. I mean, I can't make it up when it comes to this stuff like more accurate weather and, coaches wearing headsets. I mean, it's literally added in on contract years for Madden 05 and then taken out. It's added in contract years, in Madden's 11 and 12 and taken out in when their contract was up in 2009 and then taken out again later. And the same thing with Madden 21. I haven't even touched on presentation either. I laughed when I read that we will hear the Minnesota Vikings skull chants or the Ravens light show. You mean like this? So how come this was in Madden and now we're hyping it back up for the new Madden 26? Now it's coming back. I also said I would talk about Madden 11 and 12, so thanks for staying with me to hear about that. So how about these Madden 12 custom team entrances filled with the mascots and broadcast-worthy aerial shots of the stadium? Look familiar in the new trailer? Yeah. We had these presentation features 14 years ago. Sure, they look better now as we've upgraded our technology, but I'm becoming increasingly annoyed that the new standard is to get to where we used to be instead of pushing past it. And then let's jump back a year from Madden 12 and into Madden 11 with custom game plans and play call tendencies based on real life coach tendencies. And you can actually adjust your game plan and play call sheet depending on the situation for both offense and defense. And you know what? I'll actually let this video run for a bit so the EA dev can explain it better than I can.
Yeah, you can mix it up any week or at any time. If you're playing a buddy online that you know likes to pass the ball all the time, or you know that he runs a ton of blitz plays, well, you're going to come up with a lot of blitz beaters. Or he runs a lot of cover 2, you're going to come up with a lot of cover 2 beater plays. You can do all that. All right, so here I'm going to create an offensive game plan. And so again, this is for kind of the hardcore user that is not happy with the way the game's getting called, or say you're a big, I don't know, Colts fan, and you really are sick of the way that they call stretch plays all the time. You want to change that up. So you can hop into one of their playbooks here. Let's just pick Indianapolis. And you can see, based on situations up here at the top, what they like to run in each situation. So 3rd and long, here's some plays they're going to run. They're obviously specific to their playbook. They're named as such. So let's say on 3rd and short, like, you just want to pass all the time. You don't care. You just wing it. You can say, let's remove all of these plays. We'll just replace this with like some sort of random pass play here. Let's say shotgun pass, deep hook. That's maybe your favorite play. And so you have, as you can see up here, little like iTunes style weighting of stars. So if you can add like 15 plays in this situation, and choose how often they get chosen for you. So game flow, as you play the game, basically kind of takes the strategy out of play calling. Well, we wanted to give that back, for the hardcore user, and it's actually the truly authentic way. You do all the strategy, but you do it before the game. You don't sit there in the middle of the play and call 300 plays. You choose from 15. So these show up as you play the game. If the situation comes up and you open the play call screen, these are going to be the ones that show up.
And then listed in the dev diary for Madden 26 is coach DNA and custom play sheets for franchise mode, where you can customize your game plan week to week. Like, I know we don't have like all the details yet on either of these things, but it just sounds awfully familiar to what EA was talking about 15 years ago. And this is where we're at. While I admit the new trailer visually looks good and touts some exciting updates, and it's cool that weather will finally affect how players run on the field, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that we've seen all of this before, and this trick has been pulled on us several times before on license renewal years. I'm not saying don't buy the game. We haven't seen gameplay or what the actual new updates are for franchise mode and superstar and all that stuff, but I just want you to be aware that even if they do deliver on what they're promising, we're still playing catch up to decade-old Madden games. I just want a good football game. Doesn't need to be 2K, and it can be EA if they decide to make a good football game for a change. It might be a problem that it's running on the Frostbite engine too. I don't know. But I'm telling you, like, just look back. All these features they're touting in this game, we have seen in multiple Maddens, in and out, in and out. And once again, on a contract renewal year, they're bringing those features back in. Don't get fooled. Don't buy into the hype, guys. Alright, that's it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the, I guess it's a rant video. Didn't want to do one, but seeing everybody get all excited about this, I was just like, look, I'm like, hold on, man. Like, I've been playing Madden since Nintendo 64. I'm tired of EA just chasing what they used to have. We used to have dynamic weather. We used to have play call sheets. We used to have custom team intros and stadium sounds. We had great creative teams, create a stadium, create a fan, a great superstar mode. It's just like Madden used to have all this stuff. So, and I don't know what the answer is. All right, that's it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, peace.